Speed is absolutely imperative to ensure your survival. Not just our survival, but for many other species on this planet. But some of the animals on this list, they take it a little bit too far. We gave them an inch, they took a mile. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about 6 animals faster than Usain Bolt. No clickbait, this is all real. I'm your boy Smith, this is All Things Living. Let's go. Coming in at number 6, we got dragonflies. You can find dragonflies on literally every continent on this planet, except for Antarctica. 3,000 species. They come in every color: blues, greens, yellows, oranges, and these are base colors. And these animals get even crazier when the sunlight hits them. They're iridescent, so they reflect almost every color in the spectrum. Absolutely beautiful animals. Dragonflies are not to be confused with mayflies. Dragonflies, their wings sit out on the side. So both sides or sets of the wings will sit out on the side even when they're just hanging out. Mayflies are the ones that have the wings that fold up and either sit on the back or above them. They kind of look like dragonflies, but they're not. Like I said, there are 3,000 species, over 3,000 species of dragonfly, and they can be found all over the world, mostly tropical areas. They are suffering habitat loss and stuff like that, but they have a whole planet out there to kind of reallocate and get things together. So they're doing okay, but they are suffering from habitat loss, much like a lot of animals. These animals max out anywhere from 30 to 35 miles an hour. That's a fast flying insect, and they have more control in the air than almost anything, especially with them having 2 sets of wings. Years ago, I watched studies on these animals hunt. They had them inside of almost like a grow tent, and they were watching how these animals hunt. So they were introducing single flying insects, and I got to watch these animals hunt in slow motion. It was absolutely brilliant. Sometimes they would come in flying upside down. They always made sure to use an angle that whatever animal they were trying to intercept just couldn't detect them. They couldn't see them, and I thought that was smart. Very, very smart, very accurate. Their accuracy is through the roof when it comes to how effective their attacks are. These animals are absolutely amazing, and the fact that they fly at 30 miles an hour, nothing's gonna escape them. They're absolutely beautiful. From 0 to 30 instantly. Bullets, these animals are amazing. All right, you guys, coming in at number 5, we have lions. We're gonna say the African lion. These lions max out at about 50 miles an hour, 50 miles per hour. I had no idea. I thought I'm watching these animals on TV and I see them at the zoos and stuff. I'm thinking man, I'll put a move on this. I'm gone. No, they run really, really fast. Fortunately, they can't keep that top speed up for long at all. But at 50 miles per hour, there's no outrunning that animal. It's literally that makes me uncomfortable knowing they could even run that fast. I didn't know that, and I'm not getting used to that at all. I have a different respect for this animal now, knowing that they could run that fast. It's kind of scary. African lions, and then the fact that they hunt in groups, you got a whole group of animals that can run for what? Why do you need to be that fast? Why would you ever need to be that fast? 50 miles per hour? Just casually run, get out of here. Lions, unlike most other cats, are mostly diurnal. So you usually, like jaguars and panthers and stuff like that, tigers even, you'll find them in trees, climbing. You won't find lions doing that too much. These animals are like I said, they spend a lot of time on the ground, whether it be hunting, just hanging out. They're usually on the ground. Very muscular cats. These are very big, strong cats. Very strong neck muscles, chest muscles. They definitely can back up in anything. They're strong enough to take down almost anything, and they're fast enough to catch almost anything too, which is wild. Very strong, powerful animals. Like I said, I have a totally different respect for these animals now, knowing that they can even run that fast. It's kind of terrifying. We're gonna get out of here. Moving along. All right, now coming in at number 4, we got the Frigid Bird, I think it's the Frigid Bird. These animals can be found on all of the coasts practically around the world. All tropical and subtropical coasts these animals inhabit. They usually are in groups of thousands. These birds are in huge groups, and they max out at a speed of 95 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour. Once again, what would you do at that speed? If you could move 95 miles, the only thing you need to do that fast is like, comment, subscribe right now. Do that fast. I dare you. Frigid birds, or frigid birds, I think so. These birds can stay in the air for days at a time, weeks at a time, just in the air for weeks at a time. That's insane. Could you, like, if I'm in a car for too long, when I get out, it almost feels like I forgot how to walk. Could you imagine not walking again for weeks? That's great, just being in the air for weeks. Insane. And then whenever they make the choice to increase their speed, they have a max speed of 95 miles per hour. I heard these animals primarily steal food from other birds too. So like, they're just flying around at high paces, stealing food from everybody. Like this absolute chaos. Why? I feel like somebody at the office made a mistake and they never fixed it. Like they were supposed to move like 65 miles an hour. They gave them the 95 and messed up. This is crazy. Like, and they're not even like hunters. Like they do hunt, but they primarily steal food from other birds at 95 miles per hour. You might as well just give them food. Hey, this is ridiculous. Why are these animals so fast? What purpose? What purpose does it serve? So after a little research, I found out that flying fish are their primary food source. So moving 95 miles per hour makes sense. I seen one of these flying fish take off out the water and was literally in the air for like 45 seconds. This makes sense. These animals don't stop to pick up food, so they are just catching these fish right out of the air. I've never seen that. I've never seen it, but this is their primary source of food. This is how they're eating. So I guess now it makes sense. And like we said, there's no mating season for these animals, nor do they have just huge colonies that they hang out in, about 3,000 to 4,000, 5,000 individual birds. They hang out in these colonies, they breed year round. That's just their thing. They're doing fine in the wild. Their numbers are just fine. They're not suffering due to habitat loss or anything like that. And yeah, they're just out there fast for no reason. Moving right along. Coming in at number 3, we got the golden eagle. Now this is an eagle native to the northern hemisphere. They eat like rabbits and squirrels and things like that, small rodents. In some cases, maybe other birds, I think. This is a huge bird of prey. Eagles are massive. And this one in particular maxes out at 150 miles per hour. 150 miles per hour. I don't know what their coasting speed is, but when it's time to go, they max out at 155 miles per hour. It's absolute insanity. I don't know, once again, why? What are you doing that you need to move at 150 miles per hour? Literally. If I moved at 150 miles per hour, anything I touch would just explode. It would just literally explode. If I was moving at 150 miles per hour and I touched anything, it would just blow up. What are you doing? I've outrun the police at a way slower rate. What are you doing? That's absolute insanity. This is crazy. 150 miles per hour. That makes my mind go like, and this is nature. That wasn't man-made. Nature did that. She said, yeah, I think this animal needs to move at 150 miles per hour. That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. What is he chasing? What is he running from? Trying to outrun his past. Golden Eagles are trying to run from their problems. That's the only reason why they're moving at 150 miles per hour. That's the only thing I can see that makes sense. This is absolute insanity all over again. And when we get to the next entry in this list, in fact, let's just go. All right, y'all, I'm gonna need you buckle your seatbelts up, because this is about to get out of control. Coming in at number 2, we got the Peregrine Falcon. Maxes out at about 230 miles per hour. These birds hunt other birds primarily, and they hunt birds a lot bigger than themselves. Moving at almost 250 miles per hour, there's nothing that stands a chance. They hunt from above. They usually catch birds in the air from above them, dropping in on them at 200 some odd miles per hour. If you hit anything at that speed, it's gone. It's done. They usually clip their wings too. As they're coming down, they usually hit their wings to disrupt their flight pattern and knock them right out. And that's scary. They, like I said, they hunt birds primarily, and there's nothing in the air that can escape them. There's nothing on the ground that can escape them. If they were any bigger, they'd be a threat to everything. These animals have been used in falconry for thousands of years because of how reliable they are, and they come with their own built-in hunting measures. The Peregrine Falcon, it has this cool way of just kind of hanging out in the area waiting for you to flush birds out and then attacking and doing its thing. It's kind of cool. So you're on the ground, it's in the air, base is covered. 230, 240 mile per hour. This is crazy. There's nothing that can escape it. They have, I don't really know scientific terms, but they have extra built-in protection for their eyes, because if you're moving at that speed, things start to get blurry, your eyes start to get watery. They've got things built in to help them against that. The way their beaks are shaped, the way their bones are shaped, everything is literally built to help them deal with the pressure of immense speed. They're experts at it. This animal moves with the most speed, with the most control. It has absolute control at this top speed, and that's terrifying. There's nothing in the air and nothing on the ground that can move that fast. Should have been number one had it not been for number one. Let's go check them out. And coming in at number one, we've got tiger beetles. And I know this might sound crazy. You're like, hold on, we went from 250 mile per hour to tiger beetle. Check this out though. The tiger beetle moves at 125 lengths of its body in a second. Think about that. If you could move 125 body lengths in a second, you have effectively teleported. There is nothing that you can't reach. These animals are lightning fast. In fact, scientists said that these animals are so fast that when they take off running, they go blind. That makes sense. They move so quick that they don't even know what's going on. Where I'm at? Damn. All right, and they take off again. How do you move so fast that you temporarily go blind? And these animals are voracious hunters, big mandibles. They sport pretty attractive colors too. Some of them are very attractive in their coloration. Then you get to the front end, and you're like, oh, whoa. Nothing on the ground is outrunning them. A lot of the times their prey items are a lot bigger than them. They just chase them down and overpower them. But at 120 to 125 lengths of your body in a second, that is the fastest creature on land. Hands down, the fastest creature on land. And the stats I dropped were for the Australian tiger beetle. The fastest tiger beetle in America moves at half that speed, and when it takes off, it still goes blind. It's still too fast for it to see. These animals are lightning fast, very effective hunters. Hands down, number one fastest animal on this planet. That was crazy. And that was the list, guys. I appreciate you being here with me today, because you could have been anywhere on the planet, but you decided to be here with me, and that means the world. I appreciate it. We're gonna be doing top fives all around the world, from here to there. So subscribe, like, comment, do all those things. Do them lightning fast too. Do it real fast. Do it as fast as the tiger beetle. I bet you can. We're gonna be doing this every week. Subscribe, join the family. We'd love to have you. I'm your boy Smick. This is All Things Living. We'll see you next time. Peace.